to 9 o'clock. 19-year-old Ainsley Mantack was playing football when he felt his chest pounding unusually fast. He put it down to a hot summer's day and sat out the match. Later, though, he blacked out, and doctors told him he had, in fact, had a heart attack.
Yes, he's since been fitted with a special device that shocks his heart back into a normal rhythm and should prevent the problem occurring again. And now thousands of other patients in England and Wales could benefit from similar implants on the NHS after changing the rules from the health regulator NICE.
Ainsley is with us now. Morning to you. And in our London studio is Professor Martin Cowie, who's a consultant cardiologist at the Royal Brompton Hospital. Morning both. Thanks very much for joining us. Ainsley, just tell us a little bit about your sort of story. So you thought that your heart was going fast and you weren't particularly worried. How was it for you?
Yeah, so basically it just was going over 250 beats per minute.
Right, which is very fast.
Very fast, yeah. So I've sat out, and then later on when I was driving, it was still going. So it was still going off after an hour, and then when I got in the hospital, that's when I blacked out, and then that's when everything happened.
And what did it when that first occurred? What did it feel like, and what did you think was happening?
I'm not sure, because it just felt like literally someone was pounding on my chest for a long time.
And you'd never felt anything like that before?
Never.
It was the first time?
Yeah, and I've been playing football all my life, so...
And you're very young, so it's a big surprise. Professor Martin Cowie, just tell us a little bit about Ainsley's condition then. What is it? And he's not alone in this, is he?
No, it's quite a common problem where the heart changes its rhythm, and for some people this can be life-threatening. So Ainsley gives a very good description of this very fast heart rate, which he hadn't had before, and if he hadn't got medical attention, he might have died from that. So it's very important that he has this device implanted, and if your viewers can see that, it's actually very small, it's very sophisticated, sits under the skin, monitors the heart rhythm, and if it detects a life-threatening problem, it then tries various things to stop it, but if that doesn't work, it can then shock the heart back to normal rhythm and save a life. So we're very encouraged across England that NICE has come out with new guidance so that more patients that require this can have this on the NHS.
So Ainsley, we saw the device there the cardiologist had in your hand. Now you have that just implanted?
Just there, yeah.
Oh, okay.
So
and you can feel it because it's just under the skin?
Yeah.
And can you tell when it kicks in? I mean, can you feel the difference?
I've not felt it kick in yet, but when the doctors test it, you can feel it, like, kicking in a bit.
So tell me what this is, because you brought this in with me. Let me hold that up for you. What is that?
That's to go in your chest to read the details, and it gets sent to the nurses straight away, so you don't have to keep getting checked out, because that just sends out.
That gives you a readout of what's been happening.
Yeah.
Professor, as far as I understand, you can know what is going on with the patient's heart, and you're not even with them. Is that right? Is that how it can work?
Exactly. It's like an F1 car going around the track, and the engineers at base can actually see what's happening to all the components of the engine. So a lot of money has been spent and a lot of research in recent years to make sure we can actually monitor these devices remotely. So even in the hospital, we can see what's happening with Ainsley's heart and whether the device is working properly. And if Ainsley feels that the device might have kicked off but it's not entirely sure, we can then interrogate the device from hospital and reassure him either it kicked off but it was appropriate, or that actually nothing had happened and he's absolutely fine. So there's a lot of research going on to improve these remote monitoring technologies, but hugely beneficial for both patients and for doctors.
Yes, and Ainsley, I mean, people look at you, you're in a sports kit now. I know you're told not to do any exercise at the moment, but they'll be thinking, you're a young man and you were keen on your sport, you did a lot of exercise. It's not something we associate with younger people.
Yeah, that's what the doctors were saying, like, in the hospital. Like, I didn't see one young person there, and it was like just me. I was thinking, bloody hell, serious.
And as the professor said, this can save your life. Does it bother you that it's there, or is?
It does bother me a bit, but it saved my life, didn't it? So, but I can feel it all the time, which is weird.
And Professor, I mean, there will be people watching this who maybe be starting to think a little bit. Have I had a strange palpitation or something? Inevitably, you do think that way, don't you? What are the alarm bells that people should be on the lookout for?
Well, I think if anybody experiences very fast palpitation and feels unwell with chest pain or breathlessness, they must check that out with their GP. Also, in the last week or so, NICE has changed its guidance for people with atrial fibrillation, which is an irregular rhythm all the time. And to try and prevent stroke, we need people to go on to blood thinning treatment. So I think the key message for people is if you feel that your heart's irregular, causing problems, do go to your GP and get it checked out. Maybe nothing, but if the GP is concerned also, they can easily send you to a heart specialist to make sure the right diagnosis is arrived at.
Professor, thank you. Ainsley, you've got a bit of time where you've got to take it easy, but you're hoping to get back to
hoping to
coaching.
get back to coaching.
The coaching. Oh, thank you.
Well, thank you very much.
Very good luck as well. Thank
Professor,
you.
thank you as well. Time now is 9:04.
In a few